What is going on, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to give you another Defiance 2050 video. So with this one, I'm just going to be talking about the stream that the Defiance team or developers had recently, and it was just basically talking about future updates and questions that were being asked to them. They were just answering and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about all the things that they had in that 42 minutes or so, 45 minutes of their stream, and I'm going to try to make it at least 10 minutes or shorter. So the first thing that they were talking about was their number one priorities. The top priorities that they have on their list is pretty much the issues in the game. So the bug fixes, or the bugs that they're working on, or the fixes, latency issues, and crashes. Those are their number one priorities. That is the thing that they are working on, they're consistently working on, trying to make it better for us, for them, just so that we can all enjoy the game. The next thing that they were talking about was Germany's PS4. So the PS4 servers for Germany, or not necessarily the servers, but just so that Germany is able to play, they will be able to play on July 25th. That's what has been stated. They will finally release it for Germany. I guess there were just some problems for them, so they weren't able to actually download the game yet. Next thing is the Demolitionist. The Demolitionist will be released on August 7th in-game and in the store, so you can actually purchase it with real money, or you can purchase it with those pursuit points or the hunter bounty points, whatever you want to call them, from the crash site, not the crash site, the crater vendor. And the next, they were talking about what was the best way to use your art keys and whatnot. And I mean, I kind of figured this after doing a bunch of co-ops. They were saying co-op maps are pretty much the best way or best places to use your art keys, because the arc falls it's like a general area, so it doesn't have any level scaling. But in a higher tier for co-ops, that would generally give you a higher tier weapons such as orange or legendaries. So if you're trying to really find the best way to use your art keys, just use it in co-ops. Next is Expeditions. So they were talking about Expeditions being released soon. No, there's no ETA on whether it'll be released next month or in 2 months or even tomorrow. But they did say that everything is going to be released within now to, I think, the 6 months. So sometime from now, before the end of the year, we'll end up be getting everything. The next thing is arc breaks. So arc breaks are the things where you need the spikes, the arc fall spikes, or just the arc site spikes and whatnot. So you need to have 4 arc spikes in order to, use the major arc break, or you need 1 for the minor. They had said that arc breaks are going to become more rewarding, and that enemies will become more challenging as well. And then also we will be getting Vulge weapons as one of the rewards from the majors and minors. The 7th one is going to be cheaters and hackers. They will be banned if they're caught. So if you see any cheaters or any hackers, especially on PC, because that's where most of them are at, all you have to do is just catch them on video. They will not take photo, and they will not take word. You have to catch them by video in order to, get the hacker or cheater in trouble or banned. And then number 8, so reputation vendors are, so someone was asking if we will be getting purples and legendaries from vendors, and they had said that reputation vendors are going to be based off of your reputation ranks, which again, I kind of figured that that's how it would work. So the higher your reputation is with your vendor, the higher the tier will be. I don't think legendaries will be available, but I do believe that purples or epics will be available for your reputation classes or reputation factions. And then number 9, they said trading may not be implemented anytime soon, maybe later on in the future, but right now they just said that there's no reason for them to put trading in the game. It would pretty much break the game if they did implement trading due to the power system and how it works. But they did say if they can find a way to implement trading, then they will probably implement it sometime in the future. The 10th one, vehicles won't be wrecked from just one single hit anymore. They're trying to balance it out now because they did nerf vehicles way too much to where if you hit like one little hell bug, your vehicle is already halfway damaged. So that is something that will be fixed, or is already fixed. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it's fixed right now. But anyways, the next one, they said equipping higher power items is not required for higher power drops. So that means you don't need to wear your highest power level items. For example, if I had a 2800 shotgun and a 2800 detonator, which are the two things I don't really like to use, I don't have to use them. As long as they're in my inventory, that'll affect my drop rate or my drops, my power drops. So I can still get like 2600, 2700 drops as long as I have it in my inventory. So that means you can use any weapons you want as long as you still have the power in your inventory. The next thing was BMGs. So BMGs may be implemented. Most likely will not be. They will most likely not work the same way they did in the original Defiance, meaning they won't heal you anymore. They won't be used as a healing resource. But they will be, I guess, revamped or just turned into something more supportive, like reload speed or movement speed or shields or something different other than just straight up healing, because you also have the healing bot. And then they also announced that infectors may also be implemented in the game as well. So if you guys don't know what an infector is, it is a very, very fun needler type of weapon to use. And then the next one is weapon skills. So weapon skills will be fixed to allow low level players to level up their specific level or specific weapon skills. So right now it's pretty much at the point to where you need to be around like level 35, 45 or higher to really level up your weapons. So that is going to be fixed to where you don't have to be that high of a level, ego level, in order to level up your weapons. Next is classes may increase. They might increase later on after they've released all the classes. So class levels may increase past level 25, and they're thinking about like calling it advanced classes. But that is just, that's just a thought. It's not necessarily something written in the books or anything. They just said that they're just talking about they might increase the levels after they release every class in the game. And then the next one I already talked about. The Volge weapons will make a return for major and minor arc breaks. Volge as well is Volge enemies being able to drop a prototype. So I don't know if it's going to be enemy specific or it might just be for the Volge War Master. So the Volge War Master might be the only enemy that is going to be able to drop Volge prototypes or prototype. Next, prototypes are not meant to be better than legendaries. So once you get your hands on legendaries, the orange weapons, then I don't really know how to explain it other than the prototypes are not necessarily supposed to be stronger than legendaries. Now you will come to a point to where prototypes can still be better, like That's That or Bonesaw or even E-Rep might be better than your legendaries, but overall legendaries are going to be better just because of the fact that you can fully mod it. And then next, elites such as bulwarks, black lungs, tankers, etc. may get a slight nerf or balance. And then prototype replicator isn't necessarily broken right now. Well, it's not broken at all. The way prototype replicators work is when you purchase one of your prototype weapons, it's going to give you something that's 250 power less than your current power, so it doesn't boost you any higher than you already are, so you can't boost your levels. Next, you have Silicon Valley. So Silicon Valley is the whole map on the very, very bottom. That area is going to be implemented later. It's just in the works of being revamped and whatnot. And then we have the Marin Exploration 2, which is currently being fixed or currently in the works of being fixed. So people like myself have the bug to where we've completed all of the Marin 2 explorations missions, but it's just not working for us. So that will be fixed later on, or now, or whatever, but hopefully we can see it fixed and it coming to us pretty soon. And then another thing, people are asking about plus mag sizes in the game. They said that they are not going to put mag sizes. And then another one, art keys may have other ways of obtaining them in the future aside from dailies and stores. So that'd be really nice if they were to implement that. But that's pretty much it. This is all Danny Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.